is a set of 4 brilliant equations from one of our subscribers. And as usual, we provide free solutions to the questions from our subscribers. Have a look at it, try to solve them, and then watch the video to understand the concept. In case you want to learn from me, you can always send an email on the address given. Join my classes and enjoy mathematics. Let us explore the solution now. I am Anil Kumar. Welcome to my YouTube channel and the website Global Math Institute. Let me thank all the viewers and subscribers for watching my videos and taking keen interest. We regularly receive questions and I try to answer them at the earliest. Here are 4 questions from one of our subscribers, and I hope the solution of these will help many of you. I'd like you to pause the video, answer these questions, and then look into my suggestion. We'll try to understand the concepts behind answering such questions so that you get a clear idea of how do we approach when given similar problems. So I hope you got a note of these. Let's begin with the very first one, which is x squared plus y squared equals to 5, and 1 over x squared plus 1 over y squared is 5 by 4. Let's see, how do we solve this equation? So 2 conditions are given to us, x squared plus y squared equals to 5, the other one being 1 over x squared plus 1 over y squared equals to 5 by 4. Now if I take a common denominator of x squared y squared, then in the numerator I'll get y squared plus x squared equal to 5 by 4. The numerator y squared plus x squared is given to us as equal to 5, correct? So we can substitute this value here. So we get 5 over x squared y squared equals to 5 by 4. Now the numerators are same, so the denominator should also be equal. And therefore, we get the result x squared y squared equals to 4. Now that leads to xy value being equal to square root of 4. Now at this stage, it is very important to note that you always put plus and minus. So if you don't do that, in that case, you're going to lose half of the answers, right? So we get plus and minus 2 as the value of product of x and y. And now what can we do? Well, if we want to write x in terms of y, in that case, x will be equal to plus minus 2 over y, right? Now we can substitute this value in the first equation and then find what y is. So that's the whole idea. Perfect. So from here, we can isolate for x. So we get x equals to plus minus 2 over y. So I'm going to sub this in equation 1, which is x squared plus y squared equals to 5. So instead of x, I'm going to write plus minus 2 over y. So when you square, you get a positive number. You get the idea. Correct? And now, what we have here is 4 over y squared plus y squared equals to 5. Now we can multiply by y squared. We get 4 plus y to the power of 4 equals to 5y squared. And bringing all the terms together, we have y to the power of 4 minus 5y squared plus 4 equals to 0. You can factor and solve, right? So what do you get? 4 times 1 is 4. So we could write this as y minus 4 y square rather, right? Since it is y to the power of 4 times y square minus 1 equals to 0. Let me squeeze this in, right? So let me kind of squeeze this in. So what I'll do here to save spaces, I'll use this extra space here. So we have y square minus 4 times y square minus 1 equals to 0, correct? So that leads to many solutions for y. From the first equation, we get y square minus 4 equals to 0 will give us y square equals to 4 or y equals to plus minus 2. And from the second equation, we have y square equals to 1 and that gives you y as plus minus 1, correct? So these are all the solutions which we get once we solve this equation. So the solution set could be that y is plus minus 1 or plus minus 2. Substituting this value for each, we can find the x value and x being plus minus 2 divided by y. Correct? So 2 divided by 2 will give us 1 and therefore if I write y equals to plus minus 2, then the x value will be what? Well, in this case, x value will be plus minus 1 and in that case, x value will be plus minus 2, right? So these are 4 solution sets for you. So you can have, because since x and y are both squared, when you square a negative number, it will be positive. And therefore, the solution set could be combinations of plus minus 2, plus minus 1, or plus minus 1, plus minus 2. Does it make sense to you? Right? You can verify the result. So that is how we can actually solve the given question. Right? Now, I hope the solution is absolutely clear. Let's look into the second one, 5 over 4. Now, we're going to look into the solution of question 2, which is x squared plus y squared equals to 10 and 1 over x plus 1 over y equals to 4 over 3. I provided you with a hint. And that was that, well, if you look into this, denominator 3 is 3 times 1, right? So x and y could be 3 and 1. So one possible solution will be 3 and 1. Well, if x is 3, y is going to be 1. It could be other way also, 1 and 3. When you add them up, you do get 4. And on the right hand, and on the first equation, if you square 1, you get 1. 3 squared is 9. 1 plus 9 is 10. So the other equation is also satisfied. But what we need to find here is all possible solutions. The question is, are these only solutions? Means 1, 3 and 3, 1, right? Let me rewrite this here. Or there are more solutions to this. How can we be sure about it? So let us now look into the method of solving such an equation completely. Perfect. So let's begin by working on these equations. So the question once again here, question number 2 for you. We're looking into solution of question number 2. You're given 1 over x plus 1 over y equals to 4 over 3. You can isolate y from here. So 1 over y equals to 4 over 3 minus 1 over x, which could be written as 4x minus 3 over 3x. And that gives you the value of y as 3x over 4x minus 3. So using the second equation, which is 1 over x plus 1 over y is 4 over 3. We found the value of y as 3x over 4x minus 3. Now let us substitute this in the first equation, which is given to us as x squared plus y squared equals to 10. So substituting, we get what? X squared plus y squared, I could write this as 3x over 4x minus 3 whole square equals to 10. You get the idea. Now we have equation which only involves x, and therefore we can find all possible values of x. Perfect. So that becomes the strategy to solve this particular question. Now let's multiply all the terms by 4x minus 3 whole square and then write down the polynomial. Solving that polynomial, we can find all possible values of x. So we have x squared times 4x minus 3 whole square plus 3x whole square equals to 10 times 4x minus 3 whole square. So that is what you get. Now you need to expand and simplify the equation. So that could be a slightly wrong process. Let's do it. You could say, so 4x minus 3. If you expand, you get 16x squared minus 2ab. So 6 times 4, 24x plus 3 square, which is 9, plus 9x squared. Now bringing these terms to the left hand side, we get 10 and 4x minus 3 is same as 16x squared minus 24x plus 9. Now you can open this and simplify, writing each term. So 16x to the power of 4, and we get 10 minus 160 x to the power of 4. So let's expand this. So we get 16x to the power of 4 minus 24x cubed plus 9x squared plus 9x squared minus 160x squared plus 240x minus 90 equals to 0, right? So that should be equal. So that is what you get. So you have a degree 4 equation. Now let's rewrite this, simplify a bit. So once you do that, you get this as 16x to the power of 4. X cubed terms is only 1. So you get minus 24. X cubed. Now combine the x squared terms and you get what? 9x squared plus 9x squared, 18 minus 160. So you get minus 142x squared. Combining the x terms, which is only 1, plus 240x minus 90 equals to 0, correct? So that becomes the equation. We can divide each term by 2 and then rewrite this as 8x to the power of 4 minus 12x cubed minus 71x squared plus 120x minus 45 equals to 0. Correct? So we have this equation. Now the question is, how do we solve quartic equation, the degree 4 polynomial? Well, you try some values, which should be the factors of 45 and or divide by 8 also, but let's try. Well, from the equation, as we said, 1 and 3 could be a good value to begin with. So we know one of the solution for this is x equals to 1. So this polynomial is 0 for x equals to 1, and therefore we can divide this by x minus 1 and get the cubic equation. So since we know that x equals to 1 works, so we can divide this by x minus 1. Let me leave some space here. I hope you know polynomial division, right? So what we know is that if I substitute 1 here, we get a 0. So let me write then like this. X equals to 1 is a solution. So therefore, x minus 1 will be a factor, correct? So I could divide this equation by x minus 1 and reduce it to the cubic equation. Perfect? So let's do that part. So x minus 1, divide the whole equation. So this is long division, which I am going to do now. 8x to the power of 4 minus 12x cubed minus 71 x squared plus 120x minus 45, correct? So first we'll multiply by x to the power 8 times x cubed. So that gives me 8x to the power 4 minus 8x cubed, and that leaves with minus 4x cubed minus 71x squared. So now we can do minus 4x squared. So which is 4x cubed minus 71x squared, and that 4x squared minus 4x squared, and that gives me minus 75. The minus minus becomes plus, right? So we get 75. Bring down 120. So it goes minus 75x. So minus 75x squared plus 75. So that gives you 45, right? Minus 45x, right? Yeah, 45x, and then minus 45. So that goes 45 times, right? So then you get the remainder as 0, right? So you can write this as, let's continue on a fresh page. So I'm writing the quotient. So what we really get here is, since x minus 1 is a factor, we could write this as x minus 1 times what we got here, 8x cubed, this term, 8x cubed minus 4x squared minus 75x plus 45, right? So 8x cubed minus 4x squared minus 75x plus 45 equals to 0. So now we have to figure out how do we get further factors. For the cubic equation, we can now substitute x equals to 3. So we know that x equals to 3 is the solution. So we can divide by x minus 3. Perform the long division. On 8x cubed minus 4x squared minus 75x plus 45. X minus 3, 8 times x squared, and we get 8x cubed minus 8 times 3, 24x squared, and that gives me 20 x squared minus 75x. So plus 20x, so that is 20x squared minus 60x, and that gives you minus 15x plus 45, and then minus 15 will make that 0. So we get the next factor, which is 8x squared minus 20x minus 15. And therefore, you can now write this equation as x minus 1 times x minus 3 times 8x squared plus 20x minus 15. You get the idea, equals to 0. So the last part is the quadratic equation. We can use quadratic formula to find the solution. So to solve for 8x squared plus 20x minus 15 equals to 0, we can say x is equals to minus 20 plus minus square root of b squared, which is 400, minus 4ac. So minus 4 times 8 times minus 15 divided by 2 times 8, which is 16, correct? So let us solve this. So when you solve this particular equation, you get minus 20 plus minus square root of, use the calculator, plus minus square root of 880 divided by 16. And you can write the decimal equivalent or the fraction itself. So in that case, you can evaluate this value and you get two answers. One is x equals to 0.605 and the other value is x equals to minus 3.105. So use calculator to calculate this value. So you get 4 different values for x. You get the idea. 4 different values of x. Right? So using these values, you can actually find all the solutions for the given equation. Perfect? So that is how you are going to solve this particular question. So the solution sets for this will be what? Let me rewrite. So we got the x value as equals to 1, x value equals to 3, x value equal to 0.605 and x value equal to minus 3.13 approximately, right? So for the corresponding values, y is 3, y is 1, y is minus 3.13, 3.105, sorry, 105. So 105 and y equals to 6.6, eliminate 0, 605. You see that? So there are 4 different solutions for this particular equation. Perfect. So we have 4 solutions for this particular equation. Perfect. So I hope you understand and appreciate it. Let's go through the solution. So basically what we did was we isolated y, substituted the value of y into the original equation, got a quadratic equation which was further simplified or factored using factor theorem. So x equals to 1 gave us a 0, x equals to 3 also gives us a 0. Dividing in sequence by x minus 1 and then by x minus 3 helped us to factor the whole equation. And the last factor, which was quadratic in nature, we used the quadratic formula to find the solution. You may do your calculation. You may even write down the exact value if you want to. Right. So this gives you 2 values, which is you can actually divide this by 4 and then get the solution, correct? So that is how we can actually you can get from here, dividing by 4, you get minus 5 plus minus square root of dividing this by 16 inside gives you 55 over 4, right? And then you can calculate, or directly you can calculate the 2 results for x, and the y value will be the other one, correct? So that is how you could solve this particular question. Perfect. And now we are looking into the solution of question number 3, which is x squared minus y squared equals 24, and 1 over x plus y plus 3 over x minus y equals to 11 over 12. We'll see how do we solve this simultaneous equation, which involves squares and reciprocals. So let's go straight to the solution now. The equation for us is x squared minus y squared equals to 24, and 1 over x plus y plus 3 over x minus y equals to 11 over 12. So let's rewrite the second equation, which is 1 over x plus y plus 3 over x minus y equals to 11 over 12. Taking common denominator on the left hand side, we get x plus y times x minus y, and in the numerator we get x minus y plus 3 times x plus y equals to 11 over 12. Now the denominator is difference of squares, which you can write as x squared minus y squared. In the numerator, x plus 3x is 4x, and minus y plus 3y gives you plus 2y, and this is equal to 11 over 12. X squared minus y squared is given to you as 24, right? So we could write this as 4x plus 2y over 24 equals to 11 over 12. Now 4x plus 2y over 24, 11 over 12. You can always cross multiply, or at this stage simplify. So what you get from here is you could take this as 2 x plus y here, right? we have 24 here equals to 11 over 12. So 2 over 24 is 12 and 12 that cancels, correct? You can see that. Perfect. So 2 over 24 is 12 and these both denominators are 12. So we can write x plus y equals to 11. Is that clear? Sorry, 2x. Because when you take 2 common, 4x you get 2x, right? So 2x plus y equals to 11. Perfect. Now from here, you can write y in terms of x, which is 11 minus 2x. So we get the third equation. Now we can substitute this value of y in the very first equation. You will have only x terms. And then you can find the value of x. You get the idea. Okay, so I'll write the statement here. And at this stage, you can actually pause the video and further solve the question. So now we have x squared minus. Instead of y, I'm writing 11 minus 2x whole square. And that is equal to 24. Correct? So you have this equation. You can expand, simplify. You see it's a quadratic equation. Use quadratic formula or factoring to solve this equation. Okay, so some of you must have got the solution now. Let's move forward and look into its solution. So I'll expand 11 minus 2x whole square and then simplify, right? So we are working with the equation. Let's go back. X squared minus 11 minus 2x whole square equals to 24. Let's open this bracket. We get x squared minus 11 squared 121 minus 2ab, so 44x plus 2x squared, which is 4x squared, equals to 24. So to open this bracket, so we get x squared minus 121 plus 44x minus 4x squared equals 24. So we have minus 3x squared here plus 44x, and we have minus 121 equals to 24. Taking all the terms to the right hand side, we can write this as 3x squared minus 44x. Since we have taken them on the right hand side, we have plus 24 plus 121 equals to 0. Correct? Now, this can be factored. Let me rewrite this. Minus 44x plus 145 equals to 0. So we got 3x squared plus 44x plus 145 equals to 0. So you can now apply the quadratic formula to find the solution, x being equal to minus b, which is 44, plus minus square root of 44 squared minus 4ac. 4 times 3 times 145 over 2a, which is 6. So that is what you get. You can use the calculator to solve this equation. So let's write down 44 squared minus 4 times 3 times 145 is 196 over 6, and square root of 196, as you know, is 14. So that gives you two valid values for x. So one being add 44 to it, which is 58, or divide by 6. And that is 9/2/3. So we could write this as, when you add this, 44 plus 14, you get 8/58/6, which is, you could write even as 25/29 divided by 2, 29/3, or the decimal equivalent. The other value will be 44 minus 14. So that gives you 30/6, which is 5. So we get two values for x. So we can now write down the solution. X could be 29/3 or 5. We can find the respective values for y now. So we have one value of x as 29/3, the other value of x as 5, and we know y is equal to 11 minus 2x, right? Y is 11 minus 2x, as we had shown in this particular case. Perfect. So let's simplify and get the value of y. So y is 11 minus 2 times 29/3, which is 11 minus 58/3, and that is 11 times 3 we can do, right? 33 minus 58/3, and that gives you the y value as 25/3. In the second case, the y value will be equal to 11 minus 2 times 5, which is 11 minus 10, which is 1. And therefore, our answers are the x value being 29/3, then the y value being minus 25/3, and the other solution is x value being 5, the y value being 1. You get it. So that is how we can actually solve this part. And now, in this particular video, we are going to look into the solution for question number 4, which is x squared minus 4xy plus y squared equals to 1, and x over y plus y over x equals to 17/4. You have learned a lot of strategies to solve similar questions. I would like you to pause the video and then answer this particular problem. Now, solution to question number 1 was something like this, right? So we basically found the common denominator, x squared y squared, and x squared y squared term was known to us. Similar approach will be taken in solving question number 4. So let us see, how do we solve this particular question? So let me begin with one of the given equations, x over y plus y over x equals to 17/4. So if we take the common denominator, we'll get xy, and the numerator, we get x squared plus y squared equals to 17/4. Now if you look at the second equation, it has the terms x squared plus y squared and minus 4xy. That means x squared plus y squared from here can be substituted in the first equation. So we can rewrite this as x squared plus y squared equals to 17/4xy. Now, if I substitute this value of x squared plus y squared in the first equation, in that case, I'll get an equation in xy only, right? So let's consider the given equation, which is x squared minus 4xy plus y squared equals to 1. Substituting x squared plus y squared, what do we get? Well, we get 17xy/4 minus 4xy equals to 1. So we have an equation in terms of x, y. Let's multiply all the parts by 4, giving us 17xy minus 16xy equals to 4. Now from here, 17 minus 16 is xy equals to 4. So we can say that y is equal to 4 over x. So we get the value of y as 4 over x. That should help us to find the solution, right? So if y is 4 over x, in that case, we can substitute this value for xy and then find the solution, right? So let me first make a substitution for xy equals to 4 in the given equation. So that gives you what? It gives you x squared plus y squared equals to 17 over 4 times 4, which is 17. So we know x squared plus y squared is 17, and now we can substitute y equals to 4 over x back in this particular equation. Isolating x will get its value, correct? So that becomes 4 over x whole square equals to 17. Is this point clear to you? I'd like you to see how, working with these two equations in different ways, we could isolate first xy, then y, and find the value of x by substituting the value of y. You get the idea. So we have this equation as x squared plus 16x squared equals to 17. And now, let us solve this equation on a fresh page. Let me rewrite here as x to the power of 4 plus 16 equals to 17x squared. So let this be the equation, which is kind of quadratic, right? And let's solve this on the next page. So we have 17x squared on the right hand side and x to the power of 4 plus 16 on the left hand side. So let me rewrite this. X to the power of 4 plus 16 equals to 17x squared. Let's rewrite this. So we get x to the power of 4 minus 17x squared plus 16 equals to 0. We can factor this. 16 times 1 is 16, both negative, will give me positive 16, and adding them gives me 17, negative sign. 16 and 1, right? So x squared minus 16 times x squared minus 1 is how we can factor this. That gives us the value of x as equal to, we can say x squared equals to 16, or x equals to plus minus 4, square root of 16. Or if I substitute x squared minus 1 equals to 0, gives me x equals to 1 and minus 1. So plus minus 1 are the other two values for x. Once you know these values, you can find the corresponding y values, correct? Since we know y is 4 over x, and we know y is 4 over x, and therefore now we can find the y values for both the x values. So if x equals to plus or minus 4, then y is equal to plus minus 4 over 4, which is plus minus 1. And if x is equal to plus minus 1, then y is equal to 4 over plus minus 1, which is plus minus 4. So we get all our solutions. You get the idea. So the solutions are that if x is value equals to plus 4, y is 1. If x is minus 4, y is minus 1. If it is minus 1, then we have minus 1, minus 4, and 1 and 4 as 4 solutions for the given condition. Perfect. So that is how we are going to solve this particular question. I hope all the steps are absolutely clear. I will now like you to answer all the 4 questions in one go. I hope the strategies are absolutely clear. Well, In case you want to learn from me, you can always send an email on the address given. If you like and subscribe to my videos, that'd be great. Feel free to post your questions. Thank you for your time and all the best.